Hello and welcome. So, you're ready to tackle potty training, huh? Well, you've definitely come to the right place. Today, we're going to break this huge milestone down into a simple, positive, and totally manageable plan. It's all based on expert guidance to help make this journey a real success for you and your little one. Look, we know it's a big step for both of you, but with the right approach, it can absolutely be a positive experience. And that's exactly what we're here to do today, give you that confidence. Okay, so let's dive right in. Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to start with figuring out if you're both actually ready. Then we'll get you set up with a toolkit. After that, we'll walk through a super clear 7-step method, look at day and night routines, talk about how to handle those common hurdles, and wrap it all up by focusing on the journey to success. It's the whole shebang from start to finish. Right, first things first, and honestly, this might be the most important part of all, timing. Real success in potty training isn't about hitting some magic age on a calendar. It's all about spotting those developmental signs that your child is genuinely ready to get started. So think of this as your practical checklist. Are they staying dry for longer stretches, like an hour or two? Have they started telling you, hey, my nappy's wet? Do they follow you into the bathroom and seem curious about the toilet? The real key here is to look for a combination of these signs before you even think about starting. Okay, let's switch gears and get practical. Once you've spotted those signs of readiness, the very next step is to gather a few simple tools. You know, being prepared just means you can focus all your energy on supporting your child when the big day arrives. And listen, you really don't need a ton of fancy gear. The essentials are pretty simple. A potty or a seat adapter, some easy-on, easy-off clothes, no fiddly buttons, and a really positive reward system like a sticker chart or just lots of praise. Having all this stuff ready to go just eliminates a huge amount of stress once you've picked your start day. So you're prepared, your child is showing all the right signs. What's next? Well, now we get to the core of our explainer, a clear step-by-step method. And let me be clear, this is not about pressure. It's about gently and effectively guiding your child through the process. The absolute key to these first 4 steps is to start gently. This is all about building a positive, totally pressure-free vibe around the potty from day one. You know, read some fun books about it, let them sit on the potty with their clothes on. Then, pick a low-key day to officially begin, and start building a predictable routine around key moments, like right after they wake up or after meals. Seriously, consistency is your best friend here. All right, let's keep going with the final steps. This is where you get to teach all the practical skills, how to wipe, flush the toilet, and, of course, wash their hands. But most importantly, and I can't stress this enough, praise every single attempt, not just the successes. A simple, great try goes such a long way. And then, once you've had a few good days, you can start making that exciting switch from nappies to proper pants. Okay, so we have the method down, but what does that actually look like in a typical day? Let's break down a simple routine, and really importantly, let's talk about the separate challenge of staying dry through the night. Here's a fantastic, super easy to follow template. The thing to notice here is that it's built around the natural rhythm of your child's day, waking up, eating, sleeping. This isn't about setting a timer every 20 minutes. It's about creating logical, predictable opportunities to try the potty, which really helps your child learn to recognize their own body's cues. Now, this is a really vital distinction to understand. Daytime and nighttime training are 2 completely different beasts. During the day, it's all about actively building that routine. But at night, it's much more about physical development, and that often takes a lot longer. So keep using nappies or training pants at night until they're consistently waking up dry. There's zero pressure.
You know, just like with any new skill, progress isn't always a perfect straight line. Accidents are going to happen. So let's talk about some very common bumps in the road, and more importantly, how you can navigate them with calm and confidence.
Oh, this is a big one for so many parents. You're all geared up, and then suddenly your child just digs their heels in and says no, or maybe even seems scared of the potty. Your first instinct might be to push just a little, but the key is actually to do the exact opposite. The most important thing you can do is just remove all the pressure. If they refuse, just back off for a week or 2. Keep the conversation around the potty positive, and maybe let them get involved by choosing their own special pants. Giving them that little bit of control can make all the difference in reducing their anxiety. And just remember, never ever force them. And then there's regression. This is when your child has been doing brilliantly for weeks, and then, seemingly out of nowhere, accidents start happening again.
It can be so frustrating, I know, but it is essential to understand that this is completely normal, and it's often triggered by a big change in their little world. And the solution? It's beautifully simple. Though I know it's not always easy, it's patience. Don't scold them. Just calmly go back to the positive routines and the gentle encouragement that worked the first time. Reassure them, and I promise, you'll get back on track together. Okay, let's zoom out for the home stretch. We've covered the plan and we've troubleshooted the hurdles. Now let's talk about the long view, knowing when you might need a bit of extra support and reinforcing the most important mindset to carry you through this whole journey. Now, while most potty training challenges are just part of the process, there are a few specific signs that mean it's probably a good idea to have a chat with your pediatrician. If your child is over 4 and still consistently wet during the day, or if they ever seem to be in pain when they go, it's always best to get it checked out. It's also so important to remember the time frame here. This is
Remember,
not a
parents'
weekend project.
nursery
For
is
most
the
kids, it
first
takes
step
anywhere
of
from a
your
few weeks to a
child's
few
journey of
months
life.
to really crack it. Having a realistic expectation is absolutely key to staying patient and positive. This right here is truly the best way to think about the entire process. It's not a chore you have to get through. It is your child's journey. They are learning a major new life skill, so frame it as their achievement and celebrate it like one. So as we close out this explainer, I want to leave you with this thought. Don't wait for the finish line to feel proud. Seriously, whether they just sat on the potty for 10 seconds or they washed their hands all by themselves, find a small win to celebrate today, because every single step forward, no matter how tiny, is progress. You've got this. Good luck.